Hi, good morning. I'm Angie. I'm with Geology of the Soul. I'm coming to you live on Sunday, September 15th. Coming to you at 7 a.m. Pacific instead of 8 a.m. I just need to not worry about going at 8 a.m. on Sundays because it's just so much easier for me to go at 7. I hope y'all enjoyed getting a chance to hang out with Serendipity Weird yesterday. As part of the Facebook Live, I take Saturdays off. Saturdays are supposed to be my day off. And so I thought it would be a lot of fun to have Serendipity go, and then you would get a chance to see how they work, what their readings are like, and just, kind of get a chance to start to meet the team. Good morning, Laura. So I did pull a card yesterday. The card, what shit is getting in the way of being motivated? The shit that was getting in the way of being motivated was the Page of Wands, which doesn't make any sense because the Page of Wands is all about being motivated. So how do you be motivated? How does being motivated get in the way of being motivated? Or how does doing the shit get in the way of being motivated? And this is why I get just so frustrated. I was talking about this with Laura a couple of days ago, maybe at some point in the last week, how I get, and I talked about this a little bit with you guys, how frustrated I get with these tarot challenges sometimes because I have such a hard time applying these very specific prompts to the cards that I pull, and it gets frustrating, and then I feel like I, don't know what I'm doing. And then this whole weekend with the Pisces full moon and the amazing amount of shadow work that I've been having to deal with, because my shadowy Angie is getting all kinds of taking stupid shit personally when I know I don't need to. Like, my higher self is all, Angie, you're just fine. There's nothing going on here. This is totally shadow shit that you're working on. This is your ego. This is your ego trying to assert itself. This is you trying to assert control over shit. And I'm just like, so over it. I'm just fucking over all the fucking shit. That's where I'm at right now. Let's see. Laura, who is apparently posting a Geology of the Soul today because Facebook is weird like that, says I might be trying to do too much. So being driven to do things when I need to just let shit happen can block you from doing the things that would be beneficial. Oh, well, that's smart. Thank you. That's true. Because I do keep trying to I'm so trying to chariot my way through everything right now, and I'm not in charge, and the universe is very, very clearly smacking me upside the head to say, Angie, you're not in charge. You are not driving this chariot. So I could see that. Okay, so then today's prompt is, what action do I need to take to be motivated and loving my badass self? So I will have to say that the concept of loving my badass self has been all this shadow work, right? Because I've been doing this shadow work over the weekend and trying to love myself regardless of all the negative things that pop up from my ego. And so I feel like the action that I need to take to be motivated and loving myself is what I've been doing this whole weekend. Although I suppose I've been doing the actions, but I haven't been doing actions to be motivated. I've been doing the actions to actually love myself. So there's a difference there. So this is why it gets complicated. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, Sandy, you're right. The Pisces moon is affecting everybody differently. So I know for some people they feel super, super awesome and powerful and connected, and others are like me, feeling like all I want to do is throw temper tantrum, which is not very beneficial, let me just tell you. I mean, sometimes it is, because then you at least get the energy out, right? But at least when it's just, me on my bed throwing a temper tantrum. All right, what fucking action do I need to take to be motivated and loving my badass self? Oh, this is interesting. Okay, so the Six of Cups. So the first that I had is, this is a card that's been coming up a lot for me and my girlfriend for this fall and around our relationship and the sort of innocent joy we find in each other. But in this case, I don't think it's coming up in regard to the, it's been like a significator for our relationship almost. In this case, I don't think that this is talking to, although I suppose it could be talking to the relationship, but really what I think that it's talking about is learning how to love my inner child. Because if I can work on loving my inner child, I will be more motivated in loving my badass self. And this is something that has been dogging me for quite some time. I mean, I've been working with my inner child and my entire internal family for quite some time. But also, one of the things that I have noticed is that when I talk to people who either are psychic or they're mediums and they have contact with sort of the energetic world, they often see a little girl hanging out and tailing me, or they'll dream about me, but then there's a little girl there who is, also, well, me. And so my inner child seems to be manifesting in the here and now on an energetic level quite regularly for other people. So I think that this is part of what is coming up. Like, she doesn't just feel like she's an aspect of me. She does, obviously. I don't know. It's too complicated. My brain, I had my coffee this morning, but I think I'm still in that, shadowy ego space of just not even wanting to deal with shit. So, on that lovely note, apparently Angie's cranky this morning. Let's see. I'm only at 6.5 minutes, so we're good. So, the whole badass self-love September challenge has been quite interesting, because what's happening is it's drawing attention to the ways in which I do or don't love myself, which then is stirring up the pot around self-love. So then my ego's like, what are you talking about? We can't love ourselves. If we love ourselves, I don't have a space, necessarily here anymore. And I have to set things aside, and I can't just be, who I want to be. And so it's here's another metaphor. I'm not even going to finish that one. When you drop a stone into a still pond, you drop a stone in, the silt from the bottom starts to rise up, right? So I feel like this badass self-love September challenge has dropped a gigantic fucking boulder into the pond of my soul. And so everything's coming up and is crazy ass fighting and doesn't want to let go. So then that comes back. So now I'm going to start talking about the things that I tell my clients, which is, your body's going to resist any sort of change because this is the coping mechanism that it has worked for it to keep it safe for the last, for me, 41 years. So that's why I'm resisting the self-love September challenge, because it feels too scary to actually love myself. Although I would have told you at the beginning of the month, of course I love myself. I've been working on this for 15 years to love myself. So this is interesting. So you're just getting Angie going on and on and on, trying to work this shit out. And it's yes, Paula, fucking tsunami. That's exactly what's going on. So I think I'm going to probably have to continue to work on this, or not just work on this, but journal on this. I think I need to journal on this, and that's something that's going to help. Laura's commenting that needing to give love to that inner child could be why there are so many desires for temper tantrums lately, because I have been wanting to throw temper tantrums just constantly. All right, y'all, I am going to let you go. I'm interested to see what is getting in the way and what action y'all need to be taken in regard to loving yourselves. And I will come back at you tomorrow morning. I hope y'all have a great Sunday.